Thank you.
Thank you. Safety is one of the biggest concerns on construction sites in the UK. Work on high-rises, bridges and tunnels is increasingly complex, and more than 40 people are killed each year. To work on many major building sites, you have to prove you have passed key exams by getting a special card called a CSCS card. But a joint Newsnight and BBC London investigation has uncovered fraud by companies supplying the training, which allows workers simply to pay for a completed safety course certificate without any training whatsoever. Simply don a hard hat, a high-vis vest and off you go. Guy Lynn reports.
For the last few months, Newsnight's been undercover in one of the UK's most dangerous sectors, the construction trade. We've exposed fraud, cheating
16 is A.
and criminality.
60 to 80 and 300.
Perfect. Exam centre bosses who fix passes for cash.
Both guarantee passes on both tests.
Yeah. Unqualified workers who are duping large building firms to get work.
We're going to actually kill people doing this.
And serious questions about the smart cards, used by the construction industry to check the qualifications of its workers.
That's fine, thank you very much.
I will never trust the card scheme again.
Are you aware of the fact that what you're doing is dangerous and irresponsible and fraudulent? Arranging qualifications.
At this huge housing development in Greenwich, it's essential for workers to have what's called a CSCS card in order to get a job. The smart cards are supposed to prove what skills and qualifications each worker has, and that they've passed the required safety exams. Demand for the cards is growing. There are now nearly 2 million in circulation, covering a range of different occupations. And with that has come fraud. Initially plain old forgeries, but since the cards became microchipped, that's become harder.
So what we've discovered is that the fraud appears to have shifted in ways that the authorities are finding far harder to detect. And the new focus of training and testing centres who arrange the key qualifications.
So who can tell me what yellow signs mean?
There are hundreds of centres in the UK like this legitimate one. Here it's training, followed by a tough invigilated exam in construction safety, which candidates must pass to get a CSCS card. We've heard of others arranging for migrant workers to dishonestly get quick work in the construction trade. We've asked this man, we're calling him Marius, to go undercover. He'll pose as a Romanian worker. He's going to meet someone called Florin, who runs an exam centre for CSCS cards in North London. He's led inside to take the exam. It should be taken under invigilated exam conditions. But for cash, there's a special service where he does the tests for them.
He told me that I don't need to worry about anything. More than that, actually, whilst I was sitting watching the screen, he was clicking off the answers.
Destul de ușor.
Da, depinde acum.
Dacă știi.
Orice e ușor că știi, nu?
Da, cu asta n-are cum să mă prindă nimeni sau așa că e...
Ce să te prindă?
Florin is registered as an examiner with the Construction Industry Training Board, or CITB, who issue the qualifications.
Okay.
He gives Marius his certificate. There's even a CITB poster up warning against fraud. Construction is one of the UK's most dangerous jobs. Since 1995, nearly 1,400 have lost their lives. Government has consistently put pressure on the industry to clean up its act on safety. The CSCS card scheme was seen as part of the solution. Later, we caught up with Florine.
Guy Lingham from the BBC. Can I just ask you why you're selling qualifications for cash? Why you've been selling qualifications for cash?
Which cash?
You arrange CSCS cards for people. They come in and they basically do the qualifications. They pay you and you basically do the exams for them. Any reaction?
No. They don't pay me.
Sorry?
Why you guys? Just leave me alone. That's it. That's all I...
Because what you're doing is actually dangerous. Are you aware of that? Are you aware of the fact that what you're doing is dangerous and irresponsible and fraudulent? Any reaction to that?
I don't know who you are, guys. Seriously, leave me
I say
alone.
we're from the BBC. We've been recording you,
Okay,
arranging
see you later.
qualifications for people for cash for those who don't actually do those qualifications.
And we continue to try and contact him, but he never responds.
During the course of our investigation, we hear of large numbers of untrained workers on UK construction sites. But what we're about to discover may be far more worrying.
The site managers, yeah?
Yes.
So it's site management training scheme, but the other one is site supervisor training
Okay.
scheme, yeah? No?
Anna Calancia told us she was a manager at Future Training for Jobs, a much larger operation in East London, offering a wide variety of qualifications.
If you just take a seat here.
Yeah, sure.
But it's a bizarre setup.
So
So you need to think what you want to do.
Okay.
Because all of them I can do it, even if they're supervisor. If you don't come to the course, it's £450.
450.
Yeah.
So I don't have to.
No.
I don't have to come and just have to.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
All he does is sign a piece of paper and hands over the money. But our researcher wants to check if there might possibly be any problems with the authorities.
So there's no way that anyone will ever know.
No, he needs to say, yeah, I've been these days at the training, I done my test, and that's it.
Oh.
No one can find out.
I see. That's good. That's great.
Okay.
Future Training for Jobs claim Anna Calancia acted alone. They say it and its directors are committed to being a reliable training provider.
So here it is. This certificate proves we've undergone and passed a tough course, been supervised by a qualified tutor, and despite doing absolutely nothing, we can now use the certificate.
It's a vital stepping stone to getting a CSCS card, allowing us to supervise scores of workers. With the certificates from this investigation, we obtain CSCS cards, and we're offered work at a school, a power station, and numerous building sites, with no training or skills whatsoever. Crossrail, Balfour Beatty and Heathrow Airport are just some of the major companies that insist on CSCS cards. In the light of Newsnight's evidence, one large construction firm says it leaves huge questions about the whole scheme.
We're going to hurt people. We're going to actually kill people doing this because people will be given this card. We assume, based on that relevant certificate, that you're competent to do exactly what you're supposed to. We will let you carry out the works and you will kill somebody.
So how wide scale is this? Well, it's very hard to assess something which is taking place so much under the radar. But what we've heard is happening now is that some places may be doing this in a highly organised fashion.
These men are going to try and help us expose it. They're on their way to a West London company called WEP HSE, run by award-winning businessman Garrett Estenson, who has a rather shady way of operating.
Hello mate, can I help? Hi, we spoke yesterday.
Right, look, we need to have a little bit of a chat together.
Yes.
So we're not talking over the airwaves for a start. Because you never know who's tuning into the airwaves.
Come on, guys. Cheers, mate. Right, I've just got a few guys to sort out first.
Yeah.
You want a bit of a chat, don't you?
When we met up with him at his office, he was open about what he could offer.
We're looking at 2,450, yeah?
2,450.
Is that going to be a guaranteed pass, Luke?
That'll be both guaranteed passes on both tests.
Yeah. Right, passports, yeah?
Garrett thinks our team, posing as migrant workers, need CSCS cards. And he's arranged for them to get 2 of the required qualifications.
One chap's out here.
It's supposed to be a tough exam testing their knowledge. This is the reality.
What you're going to do is you're going to follow me on screen, guys. I'm going to shout out the correct answer on here, and you just click. So we'll show you first. Question 14 is A.
Beispiel.
Question 15 is B.
15B.
Okay, gents, just a quick one on this one. We're going to make a couple of mistakes, but what I don't want is those mistakes to be made where everyone makes a mistake on the same question. I say to this side, choose your own, and then we get to maybe question 20. On this side, you guys choose your own, so they're just random, whatever.
Later that day at another test centre in East London, Garrett's assistant Dave ensures they all pass the second exam.
When you get to 50, just stop. Don't end the test. I'll come and check it all first.
So on 50, do I click next or?
No, just tell me. Just say I've finished.
They all pass, and it seems Garrett knows the consequences of what he's doing.
The main thing is to make it safe. And what I mean by safe is an awarding organisation came in and if they thought something sus was happening, and it said, we go through your paperwork, all our paperwork's there. If they think malpractices has gone on, we would get shut down and they would then revoke every one of their level 1 certs. So that's why.
The CITB have told us that they've recently suspended Mr. Estenson's company, and that they take fraud generally very seriously, as do the CSCS card scheme's administrators. The British Safety Council has confirmed that they've suspended one centre linked into our investigation. We finally caught up with Garrett.
How many people have you arranged to pass courses fraudulently? How many people, Mr. Estenson, have you arranged to work fraudulently on building sites in the UK? I mean, is it hundreds, thousands?
That report by